Guys, so we're out here in Miami, Florida again, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another epic video. Today we're going to be doing a full interview, a little card collection tour with my guy Dr. Russ. If you don't know who Dr. Russ is, you're about to see he's super involved in the medical field, does a lot of different things, and I can't lie guys, I'm not even that familiar with a lot of things in the medical field. I kind of just know what a doctor is and like a surgeon, that kind of stuff, but he texted me a whole list of kind of what he does, so I'm going to read it off to you guys so you guys can get like a little inside hook of what he does, like to be specific. Anti-aging medical clinic, specialize in bioidentical hormone replacement, growth hormone therapy, peptide therapy, medical weight loss, IV vitamin therapy, IV stem cells. And guys, this might seem very boring, but let me tell you one thing. He's 38 years old and makes over $2.5 million every single year living in Miami. He has a sick car collection. We're gonna tour it a little bit. He's about to come through in a Lamborghini Urus, not a regular Lamborghini Urus, has like a ton of upgrades in it. And let's get into it, guys. Let me introduce you guys to my friend Dr. Russ, guys. Let's go. All right, guys, we're out here. We're in Miami. We're with the man Dr. Russ, man. How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. So if they don't know who you are, I kind of give them a little introduction of what you do. That whole paragraph you text me with all those different things you sell.
Oh yeah, there's a lot, bro.
So if they don't know who you are, what would you say to introduce yourself?
I'm just Dr. Russ, man. I'm the peptide king.
What does that mean?
So people don't know what peptides are. They're long chain amino acids. What they do is basically upregulate things that are in your body, like your hormones. So testosterone, you can upregulate, your growth hormone, which is all obviously anti-aging. That's the biggest thing. I do all things anti-aging. That's the biggest part. Yeah.
So what is the main reason that really got you into this position?
The main thing that got me into this, bro, honestly, just being young. My dad was an orthopedic surgeon. He was a doctor, and I didn't want to go that route. I was going to be a plastic surgeon, and I was like, well, we can enhance things, which was kind of cool. But then, I had some issues with my health. And I was like, man, I just want to do full-blown anti-aging, get people healthy, or if they're already healthy, just give them that fountain of youth, man. That's the biggest thing.
And so one thing I really find interesting about you, especially, a lot of doctors, right? A lot of kids grow up and they aspire to be doctors, but doctors make like a few $100,000 a year on average.
Exactly.
But you took it to the next level. You're making like a couple million, if that.
100%. So that's what I did. So yeah, I kind of went to school. Obviously, I was almost 30 years old when I got out. Basically, my first couple years, I had $300,000 in debt. Just working against time, man. It was killing me. Wasn't doing anything. Finally got out of that, started making a little bit of money, but it was just like, hey, Corvette money, renting a little small house in Alabama, nothing big at all. And then I was like, all right, what's this entrepreneur thing? That's when I was like, I got to open these hormone clinics, really do something different. And that's kind of when it all started back in 2018.
That's amazing. And is it true you almost died 2 times?
Yeah, man, it is. I've had a long history, man. I've always been crazy my whole life. I'm a Leo, if people know what Leos are. It's either 0 or 100. It's wide open or nothing. So yeah, I've actually almost died on a motorcycle twice, but that's not really where I did actually die. I was put in the hospital twice. I've had 3 major strokes. I had one of them while I was taking boards to become a doctor. Literally had a stroke, couldn't even feel the whole right side of my body. Went and took my testing because obviously if I failed that, I couldn't become a doctor. And I was like, I got to do this shit. Got it done. Drove myself to the hospital after, and I was in the hospital for like a week. And then I had another incident basically where I did actually die. Had a surgery, bled out, had me on the table, saw the white light and everything, like in the movies when you're going down the hallway and you're looking up at the lights flashing. Yeah, it was pretty intense, but I've been through it. So, I live my life a lot differently than most people. It's day to day, you know what I mean? So that's, I think, where most entrepreneurs are born, is the fact that, they take a lot more risks. You know what I mean? A lot of people are scared to take risks, whether it's $10 or 10 million. I think you're not born with that. I think that you're developed. You know what I mean? That comes with, like you said, life experiences, near-death experiences, whatever it is. If you're a drug addict, most regular people, if they don't have those just crazy experiences, I don't think that they're really able to become a true entrepreneur, whether it's business or anything else. I think you just have to have some of those crazy life experiences to change your mindset. You got to have that sense of urgency, and most people don't have that. They're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or whatever. It's like, no, man, you should have done that shit last week. Like, let's go.
All right, guys, so we're about to walk to his Lambo truck that's actually upstairs in the garage. And I just have one more question for you. I was thinking about it. What do you think is one saying or one quote that you think has changed your life?
And probably just, not to let the sun set being angry. So don't go to bed angry, man. That's the biggest thing I've learned. Patience is key in life, especially, when it comes to business.
All right, let's go see the car, guys. Let's go. Next clip is the Lambo. Let's go.
So this is one of my mini supercars. Obviously, not really a supercar, it's an SUV, but this is my 2022 Lamborghini Urus. This one's very special to me. It's got a lot of sentimental value. It's one of the first exotics that I ever purchased. I actually financed this one. I actually rented it out for the first year with a guy named Brandon Condi, and then I paid it off. This is the first one I ever paid off. It's sentimental. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. This car is badass. It's got the stage 2 kit, downpipes, to 850 horsepower of the wheel. I've got custom 3-piece Forgiato wheels. Obviously it's lowered. Now too, most people think this is a wrap. This is a custom Cepheus blue
paint job. It's like 20,000 extra from Lamborghini. It's got the gold pearl flake in it. I did the roof in the gloss black with the wings to match. I mean, I could go on and on about this car. Ton of stuff done to it, as you just saw the interior. I mean, it's orange on black suede. It's basically a one-off. I think this might be the only one in the whole nation that's this color scheme. Gotta hear it, guys.
All right, man, I have one quick question. Before we hop in and go for a ride, we see the car. One thing I'm curious about that I think our viewers should be informed about, right? Montana plate. Explain it. Why does everyone have Montana plates on these hypercars?
So, you know, if you want to know the secret, people obviously don't want to pay taxes on anything. When you become an entrepreneur, your biggest thing is make as much money as you can, obviously pay the least amount of taxes, have your net profits as high as possible, margins as low as possible. So obviously, for instance, when I say margins, people think like, oh, my business operates at 50%. So I have 50% overhead, etc. 50% of my money is profit, 50% goes to expenses. Well, obviously, the higher your expenses are on paper, the lower that you show that you actually make. So like for me, let's say I make $2 million a year. Well, I want to have $2 million in expenses. So I show a big fat zero that I made money that year and I pay no taxes in. So Montana plate can help you do that. So for instance, the Montana plate, when I buy the car, let's say this car I think went for $209,000 MSRP on the sticker. Well, if I go buy that car at the dealership and you register in Florida, you're going to pay, I think it's 7% in Florida. Let's call it 10%. So you're going to pay almost, $25,000 in taxes. Well, with Montana, you can open an LLC there, have a business there. I can register at Montana and I don't pay that $28,000 in taxes. So you save 28 grand on the car, and you can do that on pretty much all your cars.
So let me say this to the audience watching at home though. So guys, if you guys are watching this video, I want you guys to write down right now Montana plate. And after this video is done, that should be one thing I want you guys to research on. So as you guys are going to get rich from watching these videos and learning from all these people who are successful like Dr. Russ, that's one thing you guys should be looking into when you get your first hypercar. And let's go for a ride, guys. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? Dr. Russ here. We're back at the pad, going to show you the cars. I know everybody always wants to know kind of what they cost, what they are. So right here, obviously, we went over it earlier. We've got my 2022 Lamborghini Urus. This one, sticker's around $285. Obviously got a lot of upgrades, so let's say it's $335K is cost on that one. Pretty much a Performante. Right here, you got mine and my girl's car, Nicole. She's obviously the bicep princess. The 2023 Lamborghini Technica. Obviously, we got it all done up. Lavender wrap. We got the Rohana. Rose gold wheels on the polished lip. Beautiful car, incredible, super fast. This one goes for $330K. Obviously right here, my baby, my 2020 Ferrari 812 super fast. Gotta have the purple wrap, white powder coated wheels. It's Novatech, fully tuned all the way around. This one's got a $480,000 MSRP sticker on it. And then I've got my new Z06. Again, very underrated supercar for the money. This car is probably, to be honest with you, my second favorite car to drive daily. This car is about $155,000. So again, not as crazy of a price tag, but if you're looking for a entry-level supercar, something fun, this is the car, man. It's awesome. But yeah, that's all of them. And I got my Brabus over there that y'all interviewed. The Brabus is around $190,000, the G63.
All right, so if someone's watching right now at home and they want to invest their money, but they have no idea how to invest, what do you recommend them do? Like, what's the first step to learning how to invest? And what do you recommend them invest in?
So for me, you see a lot of stuff online. Obviously, you see these guys in Bitcoin, you see them, pumping their money into just Ethereum and all the stuff there. Obviously that's always not a bad play, but if you're not familiar with the market, you want to do something a little safer, but still going to earn a lot of money. In my opinion, your money marketing accounts is going to be your safest bet. Van Cleve, Wells Fargo even has some good money marketing accounts. You can get anywhere from 15 to 20% return compounding on your money. It's in an open market, but obviously they have structured systems where it's very safe. Just some of them, if you put the money in, let's say you put 1,000 in or even 100,000, you may not be able to touch it for 10 years. 5 to 10 years usually the ranges, but you'll be able to get 15 to 20% of your money. And to me, just that's the safest bet. If you don't have a lot starting out, you're not just some fancy trader or things like that, you don't want to risk a lot of your money, that's an easy way to go about it, in my opinion. So most of my extra money is housed in markets like that where I'm getting at least, minimum 10%, usually 20%, 15 to 20 is your average, and it does really well. Especially if you build up, you got a couple $1 million sitting there, you can live on interest, So pay your basic bills with that, which is not bad, It's like, hey, okay, getting $10,000 of free money a month, $10,000 doesn't seem like a lot when you're doing big stuff, but it's like, hey, that pays my rent in Miami, that pays my gas, my food, and the basic shit. It's like, hey, all that's free. Why would you not? 20%, that's a good return,
I forgot what it was called, but there's like a quote I heard online: money in the bank is dead money. Do you believe in that?
Oh yeah, money in the bank is definitely dead money for years before I learned any of this entrepreneurship. I mean, I didn't have that much money, but it was sitting in the bank. Even let's say I had 50K sitting in the bank. Well, I mean, 10% on 50K, you know, let's say you're even doing $500 of free money a month. If you're a guy like you, $500 is still $500. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? There's levels to the game. Just the whole point is you always want to have your money working for you. You don't want to work for your money. That's the biggest thing. And that being said, when it comes to your business, obviously in this world of entrepreneurship, everybody has a misnomer. They think you should have 5 different businesses. They're all passive. No, man, stick to your niche, find what you're good at and what you're passionate about, and just scale the shit out of that business. And then once you've got millions, then you can start kind of dabbling and playing in some of the other markets and get good at those. But just trying to spread your money out over 4 or 5 things, thinking it's going to make you a millionaire, that's the biggest mistake most guys make. Focus on what you're good at, like I do. I'm great at anti-aging. I'm great at hormones. I have the look that goes with it, and you can scale it. You're gonna make a lot of money, and then obviously I'll jump into say other things after that. You know, like real estate. Okay, this year I'm gonna get into real estate and buy a couple properties. But that's when you got money sitting in the bank. Obviously not the regular bank, but your compounding interest accounts that are money marketing, and you can pull that money and use it. Or you go to the bank, you get a loan, you want to use other people's money. That's the really smartest thing. If you're doing real estate, use other people's money.
So overall message, if I had to sum this up, right, is basically invest in what you know, don't invest in too many things, and that's really it.
Exactly. Yep, that's the key, bro. If you want to get rich, that's exactly what you got to do.
All right, guys, and so when me and Dr. Russ were planning for this video, right, you told me some cool stories about your tattoos. So I think it's kind of very important. You have all these tattoos for a reason. I kind of want you to go through everything and tell them what everything means to you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, because I mean, most people look at me and they go, "You're Dr. Russ?" I mean, obviously we're down here in Miami. It's the world of scammers and con artists. People come up to me and they're like, "Are you really a doctor?" I'm like, "So I'm a doctor. Why would you not believe me?" And I go, "Oh yeah, okay." Yeah, I look at myself because I look at myself in the mirror every day, but I look right past that. So yeah, I mean, realistically, one of my first tattoos, I think that was the most important, was right here on my wrist. Conquer your mind, if you can see those. When I had my first stroke, man, it was the roughest thing I've ever been through in my life. Like I said, I pretty much died. Couldn't feel the right side of my body. I went from 230 pounds all the way down to 180. Couldn't work out. I mean, couldn't, if you told me your name, I'd be like, "What was your name again?" Literally, brain was toast because my stroke was on my thalamus, so it just wiped me out. Made me super aggressive. It turns off parts of the brain that actually control your emotions. So it was really bad, man. So yeah, I had to really almost remap and just biohack and retrain my entire brain, almost like I was a kid again, and learn everything all over. So I put conquer my mind there because I literally had to learn to recontrol my mind. So it's crazy, but yeah, definitely one of the hardest experiences of my life.
Let me ask you this: when we were walking over here, you're telling me how your network is all just talking and communicating with people in Miami. Can you kind of express to someone who's not living in Miami right now how important you think it is to move out of their home state?
100%. Yeah, I come from a small town, Alabama. Obviously, you hear my accent, guys. I'm a redneck at heart. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I think the town I grew up in, 10,000 people. You got to imagine that. I don't know how big Miami is, but it's obviously massive. We're talking about just right here in the square. There's probably the amount of people that lived in my whole city when I grew up. So yeah, coming from Alabama, as soon as I moved down here, met a guy, won't say his name, started doing car rentals with him, over 1 million followers on Instagram. I mean, he put me on the map, running ads. I mean, next thing you know, a month later, it's like Dr. Russ this, Dr. Russ that. My car's all over Instagram, you know what I mean? I'm blowing up. I'm getting invited to, networking events to speak, and it took off from there. So I mean, yeah, 100% your network is definitely going to be your net worth, because if I didn't move down here 2 years ago, I wouldn't be where I am. I'd probably still be making, let's say I might have made $1 million, but you're not going to be multi-millions trying to get up 10 million, 100 million. You're just not going to meet the contacts, in the small towns. You've got to get to a big city. But the one thing I will say is you just got to be careful. You know what I mean? You got to get with someone who already knows, get you a mentor, pay the mentor, make sure you're getting proper information, and then run with it from there.
All right, guys, we're about to wrap up this video. It's very windy out, so I apologize for that in advance. Sun is out. We're in Miami, man, and I want to wrap up this video by asking you 2 quick questions.
All right, bro.
One is, what's one message you would tell your younger self?
If I had to tell my younger self something, man, it would be, don't waste the weekends, don't chase the damn girls, and just lock in, find what you're passionate about, and just go after that, focus on that, and you'll be way ahead of the game.
And one more question. To end off this video, if someone's watching at home, they're young, and they're chasing their dreams, what's one thing you would tell them to really chase that dream?
Man, I mean, that's a really complicated question, but easy one in itself. But I mean, if you're just chasing your dreams, bro, I mean, for me, I never even thought I'd be where I'm at, honestly. You know what I mean? Part of where I am is it wasn't even in my dream originally. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's an enigma. It's like self-discovery. A lot of the time, I feel like when you're younger, like I said, you don't know who you are, so you don't know what you want. So you almost have to figure that part out first. So if I could tell my younger self anything too there, trying to chase your dreams, man, figure out who you are. So really with that comes simplistically self-development, man. If you focus on the self-development of who you are, you're going to get to your dreams much quicker. And that's what I would have told my younger self too.
And where can they check you out on social media, man?
Yeah, Dr. Russ, dr.rruss, my Instagram handle. Vital Med FL is one of my companies. Vital Force, again, all things anti-aging, all the links are on my page, man. Check me out.
Thank you so much, man.
No problem.
All right, guys, and that is a wrap to today's episode with Dr. Russ, man. Dr. Russ, for watching this video. I really appreciate you, man, for having me out here in Miami with you. And we were able to shoot some sick content. We weren't able to like record too much because we were in the Lambo. It was just too fast, you know. Couldn't hold the camera still. But the car's crazy. It was super loud. I don't know if it was able to pick it up on the video, how loud the car really was. But that was an amazing video. Guys, if you guys are watching this video to the end, comment one thing you guys learned in this video that you're going to take on with you in your everyday life. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to check them and I'm going to heart them. Maybe I'll subscribe back to you guys or something. But guys, if you guys have any other people you guys want me to interview out here in Miami while we're here, let me know. DM me on Instagram at Braden Zeroff. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, guys. We've been pushing content every single week. We've been grinding a lot harder. It's a lot harder than we really thought it was gonna be at first. We're making it happen. We're staying consistent. Guys, if you guys want to be successful in life, consistency is the best. So you have to do that. And guys, subscribe. Braden is out. Thank you guys so much, man. Peace out.